tariff war was started by the U.S. China has taken necessary countermeasures in order to defend its legitimate rights and interests and international fairness and justice.
China Arab TV is reported that White House released in its latest fact sheet that China now faces up to a 245% tariff. What's your comment?
I will leave questions regarding specific tariff raised to the U.S. China has stated its unequivocal position on the issue of tariffs on multiple occasions. This tariff war was started by the U.S. China has taken necessary countermeasures in order to defend its legitimate rights and interests and international fairness and justice. This is fully justified and lawful. Tariff and trade wars have no winner. China does not want to fight these wars, but is not scared of them. Next one, please.
发言人您好，中国日报提。
We have learned that the Chinese government submitted to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization the accession document to the Port State Measures Agreement on March 17th this year. The agreement officially applies to China starting from today. This is an important agreement on global fisheries governance. What is your comment? China is a responsible country in fisheries. We attach greater importance to the conservation and sustainable use of fisheries resources and adopt a zero-tolerance attitude towards illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Joining the Port State Measures Agreement represents China's action to practice true multilateralism and demonstrates the concrete effort of China to advance global ocean governance and uphold the international maritime order. China will act in the spirit of a community with a shared future for mankind, faithfully perform its rights and duty in accordance with the agreement, and work with the international community to realize the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Next one, please.
Thank you. Question from NHK.
日本广播协会关于关税的问题，白宫的新闻秘书表示，现在中方应采取行动，中方需要和美国达成协议，我们不需要和他们达成协议。中方对此表态有何回应？
这场关税
This tariff war was started by the U.S. China has taken necessary countermeasures in order to defend its legitimate rights and interests and international fairness and justice. This is fully justified and lawful. China's position has been very clear. Tariff and trade wars have no winner. China does not want to fight these wars, but is not scared of them. If the U.S. truly wants to resolve the issue through dialogue and negotiation, it should stop using maximum pressure and stop threat and blackmail. For any dialogue to happen, they must be based on equality, respect, and mutual benefit. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。中新社记者提问：据报道，当地时间4月13日。
It's reported that on April 13th local time, the second round of vote of Ecuador's presidential election was concluded. Figures released by Ecuador's National Electoral Council show that Daniel Noboa, candidate of the National Democratic Action and incumbent president, received over 55% of the vote and won the presidential election. What is China's comment? China congratulates President Noboa on his re-election and believes that under the leadership of President Noboa, Ecuador will achieve new progress in national economic and social development. Ecuador is China's comprehensive strategic partner, and this year marks the 45th anniversary of diplomatic ties between China and Ecuador. China attaches high importance to growing its friendly ties with Ecuador and stands ready to work with the new government of Ecuador to advance the bilateral ties forward and bring more benefit to the two countries and the two peoples. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。北京日报记者提问：我们注意到，开年以来中外人文交流。
Beijing Daily, we noted that since the beginning of this year, people-to-people exchanges between China and other countries have been full of highlights. More and more foreign friends, including Oscar winner and the U.S. online celebrity, have visited China. At the Osaka Expo that kicked off last weekend, the China Pavilion made a stunning debut. China is increasingly attractive to foreigners. What's your comment? Congratulations on the opening of the China Pavilion at the Osaka Expo. We are also glad to see the pavilion get summed up from locals there. The China Central Council for the Promotion of International Trade has played a leading role in China's participation in the expo. I noticed that the pavilion boasts an exterior design of bamboo scrolls and an architectural landscape reminiscent of a bamboo garden. It debuts side by side the lunar soil samples collected by China's Chang'e probes from the moon's near and far sides and displays the tech products such as the Jiaolong deep-sea capsule and next-generation humanoid robots. I believe visitors will be deeply impressed by the traditional cultural elements and modern tech breakthroughs. From overseas virtual tours to China travel, a growing number of foreigners are visiting China to get a first-hand experience of the country. Latest data show that in the first 3 months of this year, China received 9.215 million foreign travelers, up by 40.2% year-on-year compared with last year. Among them, 71.3% entered China visa-free. This is impossible without China's visa-free transit policy, which allows foreigners to stay longer and travel more in China. It also relies on China's streamlined visa application, buy now, refund now for efficient departure tax refunds, and other facilitation measures that make it easier to visit China. We welcome more foreign friends to visit China in this warm spring. Next one, please.
Yesterday, Brazilian
昨天，巴西媒体报道称，金砖国家贸易部长可能会举行特别会议来讨论美国加征关税问题。中方能否予以证实？金砖国家解决关税问题有何重要性？
金砖国家作为
as an important platform of core protectionism and economic bullying, and will work together to uphold the WTO-centered multilateral trading system and safetionism and economic bullying, and will work together to uphold the WTO-centered multilateral trading system and safeguard global economic stability. On the specific meeting you mentioned, I would refer you to competent authorities. Next